So connecting back to real estate, do me a favor. A lot of our listeners here, they're selling between 8 and 12 homes, maybe 15 homes, and they're struggling right now. They're thinking about, damn, how am I gonna make the next check? Like, where am I gonna make the next check from? How am I gonna pay the next set of bills? Because, I've been there, and I'm sure you have.
Course.
Holiday season's coming up. You're stressed because not only do you have to pay the normal bills, but then you're trying to put Christmas together, just like what happened to you when you were a kid. And you're just like, how am I going to do this? But I heard you earlier today talk about the story of what you did when leaving a conference, the things that you implemented that helped create some business. Would you mind sharing with our listeners today, maybe 2 or 3, if you got it, nuggets that they can take away to say, I can go do this real quick. I can look at this now, or I can add this marketing piece that can help them generate some calls from buyers and sellers?
I think the number one thing that I learned when I came out of the conference, because I didn't have a lot of money for ads and budget, I was eating ham and white bread.
Yeah, ham and white bread.
At the Motel 4. So I had to figure out ways to get business very, very cost effectively. So the first thing I realized is the power of making offers, which Craig preaches. Make offers. When you make offers, people say yes. Everyone can set up an MLS search. Everyone can do a really good job. Everyone can be really honest. That's the expectation, kind of the bare minimum. You have to make a compelling offer for people to say, yes, I want to meet. And that was the number one thing because it's free. And I just mastered making offers.
Well, can you give an example to all of our listeners out there? What do you mean by offer? Like, because they're thinking offer. Yeah, I'd love to write an offer, John. I'd love to help somebody buy or sell a house and make that offer. But you and I are marketers. Talk to our listeners. What is an offer?
So an offer is, for example, what do buyers really want? They want homes.
Yeah.
They do not want an agent. They don't want anything.
Definitely don't want an agent.
But a home. So I had to be the guy who could give them an offer that would give them what they wanted that they couldn't get now. So I found ways to get properties that they weren't seeing and they didn't know about. So my offer is always, I have off-market properties that you don't have access to. I have proprietary information. So this is powerful. When would you like to see this? Yeah. And it was an easy offer to make. I just trained on it and kept training how I made the offer, the pitch, the voice. On the airplane, I was talking to myself. The person next to me probably thought I was insane.
You and I went to lunch one day. You made that offer to the waitress, if you remember that.
Yes.
Rancho Bernardo Inn, man.
That's correct.
You're like, hey, you thinking about buying or selling real estate in the next 3 to 6 months? Oh, here we go. There goes John. So making offers to people of things they otherwise can't find on their own.
Yes.
Giving them value.
Because most agents don't understand you have to make a compelling offer to get someone to say yes.
Yeah.
You have to add value first. Give them something to say yes to. That was the first one. That's free. The second one was the callback script that Craig has designed and honed over 40 years now was critical because now when I speak to a prospect, I have a system to speak to them, timing, motivation.
Yeah.
Easy.
So for our listeners, you're hearing about what we call the universal callback script, but the universal callback script is a layout of a 3-step plan of how to take a prospect and turn them into a face-to-face appointment. The critical questions to ask to make sure they're ready, they're willing, and they're able to meet with you. And then, of course, the offer or the close.
Yes.
The reason they should, come meet with you over meeting with any other real estate agent. And get their ass off of the couch, looking at Zillow and coming to your office to meet face-to-face with you. And if you guys don't have a proven system to call back leads, a script that you can go through, you can master and understand the mechanics behind it, and you're getting prospects to just show up at your open houses or getting people to call you off your sign, and you don't know what to do and where you're leading them, you're missing massive, massive amounts of opportunity.
Yes.
Because John, you and I, we have a proven way of talking to leads and converting them into face-to-face appointments. And I know for you and I, some of our best lead sources are still just sign calls or even digital sign calls, which are free. We take a listing, put a sign up, and bam. I mean, and you've taught me some great marketing techniques that, just the Zillow technique that you taught me, my number one buyer closing source this year. But those leads are only good if you know what to say and how to convert them into a face-to-face appointment.
That's 100%. And that was the second nugget.
Yeah.
And that's exceptionally powerful. And the third one is taking advantage of free places to advertise. I went to Facebook and I would just post stories of sales, and they weren't even all mine. I would take in my brokerage at the time. Hey, what happened? Tell me the story.
Yeah.
And I would just post stories, and all of a sudden I started getting people responding. All this was free.
Yeah. Posting stories and making offers in the stories, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Always making
offers. Yeah. So now, and now, you and I are looked up as leaders in the industry, especially when it comes, to the people who